Welcome to the Goat Show, the show where we celebrate and debate all things great. I am joined by my co-hosts, Fresh and Deezy. I am your humble host, Miami ZiLLY, aka Ravine. Just got back from the best city in Florida.
Yeah, I can tell you're a little darker. You're actually Indian now.
No, I'm Latin, dude. I got that Latin flavor.
Ole.
Bro, listen to 10 Bad Bunny songs and now he's fucking.
He say, "Yo, Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl." Whole fucking mindset changed now.
Totally support it now. After being in Miami,
got it.
Seeing all the beautiful people, the beautiful Latinas. My goodness, all about it. Bad Bunny, you are America, baby. Latinos are America now. All right, y'all whites gotta just accept it. And just accept a little spice, a little flavor, and maybe a little sass into your life from down south. That's what I now understand after coming back from Miami. No, in all honesty, I had a great time. I went down there because my brother and my sister-in-law were there for a little Grant Cardone action. They had an extra ticket. They invited me. I only went one day because I already knew all this shit they were talking about. Sorry, Grant. I already saw all that shit. It was a nice little refresher that first day, but then I was like, do I want to go to the second and third days, or do I want to go on a boat and party? Which is what I did instead. So, met up with another MOA fellow by the name of Jake Basil. I hope we can get him on the show. He's doing his thing down there, doing a lot of, the Lord's work, a lot of Bible study down there, and doing all kinds of events. So connected with him and some other guys down there, and a good friend of ours who shall remain nameless, that we may or may not have an association with as part of the Goat Show. He was there also, so got to hang out with him. And he
on his boat.
It was not his boat. It was.
No,
it was not. So the gentleman I'm referring to, which we will not name, he's actually got a boat in LA, but he does not have a boat in Miami, but his friends do. So they were all hanging out. So it was like a group of these LA guys. They were all hanging out because it was one person's 50th birthday. And so, these are older gentlemen of leisure and class, and gentlemen, I will say. And so they got boats. So we went out on a boat. And I was a little worried because it was really rainy in Miami. The drive all the way down was rainy. That first day and night was rainy as hell. The next morning, it was still dreary. But I don't know. I think somebody's looking out for us. Some kind of Latin angel looking out for us, because we got on this boat and we started riding out a little bit. And then it just opened up and it was like pure blue water, sunshine. We were jumping off the boat.
You know who the Latins are gonna say, right? The Latins are gonna say it's either Jesus or Mother Mary that was looking out for you guys, right? Like
aren't they gonna say Jesus?
They're Catholics, the Latins, right?
I think so, right? Majority of them are Catholics. So
are you are you saying that Mother Mary or Jesus was looking out for you?
Well, what about the angels? Who are the Latin angels? You know what I'm saying?
There is no race in the next level, my friend.
Gabrielle, right? Or whatever. I don't know.
Gabriel's now Gabrielle.
I'm just saying that skies opened up, the sun came through. I forget the name, I think Biscayne or something like that. Like this area, but it was like, it was beautiful. And like the water's only, that whole area, the water's only like 10 feet down. So it's like being in the swimming pool. It's crazy. So you can hop off and Some of the guys were hunting for lobsters. We didn't find none, although the aforementioned gentleman did find a crab and a shell and a conch. But apparently you can't take them and cook them. You got to put them back in the ocean because some dang the lives apparently own Miami. So we couldn't do nothing with it.
Nah, leave the crab.
Leave the
go
crabs in Miami.
Just go buy one from the store, bro. I bet you they have fresh crabs still alive right there.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, then hung out in the day, went to a swimsuit competition, on
Judge
Sunday.
this one? You didn't judge this one?
I did not judge this one. But I took some videos and made some connects and made some friends. And Jake was there. It was great to see him. I do want to get him on the show because he's actually doing his own company now. He's doing a laundry product. So I want to talk to him more about that, and maybe we can get him on the show. But no, I had a good time. Miami's a fun place. And yeah, I've been before and I'd hung out before, but this really was an excellent trip. And I wasn't going to go. I was actually like, you know what? I'm going to stay in Jacksonville. I don't really feel like going, but I'm glad I did. So sorry, Jax. This time around, Miami's got you beat. And I've ostracized our Jacksonville audience. But yeah, I will say this though. Y'all might think with these glasses and this, this pash right here, that I might have gotten into some scandalous activity, but you know what? I did not. I didn't drink one drop of alcohol,
guy, bro. Yeah, right.
I did not drink one drop of alcohol. I did not do
not one drop.
Not one drop, and not one speck of drug dust.
Of rugs.
I didn't smoke not one inhalation of anything. Okay. And the reason is because
a fucking loser.
Well, listen, I mean, despite all the
lame.
This guy
I will say,
I have here beside me, and I'm still telling you, bro, you're lame. Dog.
I will say this.
A waste of a Miami trip. That's crazy. You want to switch places?
I mean, I will say that if you go to a Miami, like some of these Miami nightclubs on Miami Beach, let's just say there is a high. If you're around till midnight to 3, 5, 6 in the morning, whatever, however late they stay open, you're gonna find a high propensity of or high I don't know. It's just hard to say who's working, if you know what I mean. When you meet some beautiful ladies down there, it's hard to say if they're on the clock or not, as I discovered, because we're trying to network and all that stuff, and then maybe hop to the next spot, and they can't hop to the next spot because they're stuck at that spot because they gotta do what they gotta do. So just warning you guys out there who might be going down these clubs in Miami, you gotta be careful. Right? I didn't do nothing, so don't get any wrong ideas. I really didn't actually. I did make some real.
He's got pink eye. That's why he's got those glasses on.
But you know what, man? I was a little depressed while I was there. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people in Miami were kind of depressed. You want to know why? Because God dang crypto crash. Pashmina's off. Sunglasses off. We back to the poorhouse, fellas.
Back. You left?
Right? What the fuck, bro? This guy left the poorhouse, didn't take us with him, and now he's back here, bro. And
I'm
he's
back.
bragging
I'm back
about
with
how
the
he
plebes,
left.
everybody. Back with the commoners, the
disrespect, bro.
The little people.
We didn't even get a little tiny Tim, bro. Tiny please, sir, can I get a morsel? We didn't even get a morsel. This guy just left, took the bag, and now it's gone.
In the grand scheme of things, I mean, it still didn't really crash that bad.
Bitcoin only. Are there still Bitcoin maxis out here? I hate to burst that bubble, but I think if anything, this crypto crash kind of indicates that other people are in charge of this game. You know what I mean? It ain't the retail investors in charge of this game. It looks like the BlackRocks of the world and whatever with the
Wait,
big
you
algos.
thought it was the who's?
What do you say?
I mean that listen, that's not a bad strategy by
Well,
any
I mean,
means,
if you've been in it for
right?
9 years, bro, then
Yeah,
you know,
bro,
that's
that's
a
not a
different
bad
story.
strat, my bro.
That's a different story. But well, let's talk about it. Okay. I mean, do we feel that Bitcoin is going to be but I've heard two different sides of this thing. Okay. The one side is look, the big institutions with all the fiat, they're going to come in and they're just going to put their money where they're going to put it, $1 quadrillion or whatever. And that whatever they put it in is going to be the thing, you know, and and all the banks are going to use it. So there you go. And then I've heard the other side, which is like Bitcoin cannot be compromised. Bitcoin cannot be, you know, inflated. Bitcoin. Elon came out and said that Bitcoin requires energy. So Bitcoin's going to be the default international currency. It's not going to be US dollars. So I don't know. What do you guys are in crypto, Fresh and Deezy? Like, let's go to you, Fresh. What's your thoughts?
Okay, I don't think Bitcoin's going to be the default because I do think that regardless of what we want, we're going to get a CBDC, bro. But
we already have it. USDC.
Yeah, well, there you go. Exactly. But
and Tether.
Yeah, and now XRP is going to start being part of that little play too. Again, I don't know that it's going to be one chain, but I think this is a both and situation, right? So I think that Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. Like Bitcoin will be its own thing that will do its own thing for the foreseeable future. But also, we're going to get these things, right? We're going to get these hyper regulated basically replacements for our dollar. And that's not going to be Bitcoin.
What do you think, DJ?
Well, also, I mean, assets in general went crazy. Like silver was like going fucking insane, and gold is like still near all-time highs. So I mean, it just depends on the general mind of the people. Do they see Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as an asset similar to those things? And if they do, then they'll kind of peg together and they'll go up against the dollar as they continue to print more money and devalue the dollar. The things that are finite.
Right,
you know, gold's not really finite, silver's not really finite. If the universe is ever expand, like if we live in the universe that we live in, then those things are actually like everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So,
but do you guys feel that they will back? I mean, we like our currencies aren't backed by anything, right? It used to be backed by gold. Like, what would be the impetus for? I guess unless there's just rampant hyperinflation. I mean, are governments going to buy Bitcoin as the backing thing, or are they going to come to like a common understanding? Okay,
not only Bitcoin, but like I think that the reserve, just as it's starting to be now, will be built up of other things. Like it's not just backed by gold; it's backed by a reserve.
Right.
So that reserve will include all kinds of different currencies. Yeah, Jumpman, we know what proof of work is. We're
well, for somebody maybe new to
vets.
crypto, I mean, what does that? It just means that you're proving that that energy has been expended, right, to be able to produce the thing, and you can't fake that, like Elon was saying. Is that right?
I mean, it's a consensus. It's a type of algorithm where the blockchain reaches consensus through people mining the block and creating new space on the block, and then checking every transaction on the block is part of the mining process that confirms it, and then
make sure that the thing has happened.
Yeah. Also locks in the previous blocks of the chain.
I mean, the only Bitcoin thing is the reason I have issues with it is because I just don't feel like Bitcoin is optimal for actual day-to-day money transactions. I know they're trying to add these layer twos.
Yeah, well, the problem it really is the efficiency of the chain itself, right? And like, so this is where again, like we see people have created things like Solana, right? Like, and we know that it's more efficient, or like, but at the end of the day, Well, this is why they're defaulting to things like XRP, because
right.
they've got it figured out down to a science for the specific application. Like it's not just like created as some arbitrary thing that we're going to figure out. Like that's Bitcoin, right? It's the first of its kind. It's the thing we use to figure out this space. But like for actual transactions day to day, to use it as a ledger, XRP.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is what does it mean by what do you mean by Bitcoin only? And maybe the gentleman can tell us. But like, to me, it's like I can understand the idea of it being what it's converted into now. Like basically, we had Aaron Day on the show, so maybe we'll put that in the show notes. You know, and Aaron was basically like, look, you know, Bitcoin was originally supposed to be a currency that you use day to day to do transactions and this and that. And now the narrative is switched to, you know, digital gold because it's not good at doing that, you know. And if you're a company, you're not going to want to lose, you know, however much money or whatever trying to like, you know, do all these fees. This is why the whole Ethereum thing is weird to me too. With, you know, they keep trying to push Ethereum as like as the currency. It's like, no, dude. My honest opinion is that they're just waiting for XRP to, like, they're secretly testing XRP behind the scenes. And like,
what I think is going to
know.
happen, all of the
Not secret.
cryptocurrencies are going to be considered assets, and then the United States is going to gather a large majority of them along with gold and silver and other, maybe petroleum. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to create a rainbow currency where the dollar isn't based on a basket of currencies, not the current global trade settlement debt ratio fucking bullshit.
And it's not going to be a physical dollar. It's a digital dollar.
And
That
I would,
digital
but it'll
dollar's
be
value is tied to all these other assets values.
Assets,
yeah,
right.
But I would take it a step further, like, you know, like XRP or Ripple, the company, just partnered with Securitize, and now BlackRock and State Street are going to be, their funds are going to be tokenized through Securitize, and you're going to be able to upload and offload using Oral USD, which is what Ripple's doing, right? So like I can see a future where everything literally is tokenized, everything in existence is tokenized.
You can go buy on a Phantom wallet, can't you? Could buy stocks, you could buy gold, you could buy silver with crypto. You know what I mean?
Right. But those things are going to be able to be traded in the same way that crypto's traded, right? Like it's going to be able to, you're going to be able to, like, instead of like having to go through a broker or having to go through some kind of system to be able to sell a stock to someone else, you're going to be able to tokenize that stock in whatever way. And then I can just send you stocks, Deezy, and I can just send, you know, like that's one of the big, you know, same with real estate, same with products, like all kinds of stuff, right?
That's like the underlying technology of blockchain that I was most excited about, more than the financial aspect to begin with. Is just this going to make a lot of things efficient. Like, why everything can be held on a ledger, and all these different companies could have their own private ledger. Everything from coupons to your rewards points to fucking everything.
Well, they already do, right? It's just not on chain. This is the thing. Everything runs on a ledger.
Right. But they'll make it a better they're gonna eventually tie ledgers into like the dollar ledger, so that like maybe you could turn your rewards points into digital dollars. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I bet you everything is gonna be full circle, even down to that. Wait till Amazon says they're launching a crypto token, bro.
Right.
Okay. I actually agree with you, and I know the answer to this question that I'm going to ask my co-hosts. What were the precursors to Bitcoin?
I don't know. I mean, I know there was. I know in the 90s they had already had
OpenCoin, I believe,
NSA documents showing that they had figured out the whole ledger thing anyway. Right?
Hashcash. See, Jumpman said it. Hashcash and BitGold.
Okay.
I think there's actually one more as well.
Okay.
But yeah.
So I mean, and I mean the other part of this whole thing, I do know what you're saying, Jumpman. Like, but I think it's going to be more like digital gold. I just don't think Bitcoin, unless they can, even if you add a layer 2, I don't know, why would you use something like that when there's, you know, when you have something like I mean, the reason my money's on Ripple and XRP is because from day one, much to everybody's chagrin and people's hatred, they were the currency of you know, the World Economic Forum and big institutions and all that shit. So like they bring that Wall Street institutional sort of
I don't
thing
necessarily think that XRP is the best one for that.
Sure.
Be honest with you, I just think that they position themselves in the right places to be the one that was picked. Right. That's the thing. Is like I don't think that XRP should be the one that they're going to use, but too late. So sad. You know what I mean? It's not right. There's nothing you can do about it now.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like they speak the language of these institutions, and those institutions are hanging out with them. And if you're BlackRock and State Street, and I guess what's the other one, Blackstone or Vanguard or whatever, it's like you want to talk to people. You don't want to talk to like crypto guys about this shit. You want to talk to people who understand finance and people who have who are building these things for these institutions. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I think they'll buy Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is going to go up. It's just that I just don't know if Bitcoin is going to become. I just don't know what that means. Like when it's like Bitcoin only, it's like it didn't make sense to me.
I think that as the value of the dollar continues to get worse, because I don't really foresee a way for any politician to pull this shit out of the dirt, bro. Like the interest alone on the debt that we have is like out of control. How will we ever pay our debts? And eventually we're going to have to over leverage ourselves where the dollar's not going to mean as much as it once did. I mean, it's already 10% of what it once was. Mm-hmm. So then gold, everything, like I said, all the asset classes are just going to go up. So it doesn't, I really don't think that it matters too much. If Bitcoin's going to go up in price, it could be $1 million per coin easy. Like look where it's at right now, 100,000. How hard would it to 10x from here? Not really that hard with, we're talking about the whole world economy and everything. So like everything's going to go up when everyone can get involved. But I think that the biggest players in the game don't want more people involved. I think that they want to get as much as they can first before the game really begins.
I don't know, man. Part of me thinks that a lot of these are going to die. And so it's not really a matter of collecting a lot of these like for themselves, because again, I think that because I'm not really convinced that we'll have mass adoption in what people think, in the sense that people think. But like if that were to happen, I think that most of them would die. I think that we would see very few of them being the ones that are picked. Like you would see people gravitate to one or the other, and then that would be pretty much it.
Let's bring it back to this flash crash. All right. So apparently, so this is what it says here. It says on October 10th, 2025, a sudden flash crash wiped out over $500 billion in crypto market value. And apparently it's triggered by this China tariff thing. But I mean, it's one of those things where I'm kind of like, the fact that you can even flash crash this whole market means that, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like how's the idea behind having crypto be a better currency is that you can't do things like this, but they're doing things like this. So I'm kind of like, what's it going to take for, I mean, I know we got to get a lot more liquidity in the market and have it be, everything's going to flow through these tokens, but I'm just sort of like, I don't know. It just seems like it's not.
We should look up how much Bitcoin was bought by BlackRock in this flash crash. I'm pretty sure I saw a headline that they bought a fucking shit ton of Bitcoin during the flash crash.
But the fact that you can do flash crashes means that like it's not the institutions are in charge. It's not retail owners of Bitcoin or any of these currencies that are. I mean, an entire crypto market, like everything flash crashing. It's like
Jumpman. You gotta understand that the people that are coming in the crypto space think that 5% in a day is a flash crash, right? Us who have been here for a long time know that fucking you can 20% down and 100% the next day We know
to
that.
me, this is accumulation spot, bro.
Right,
There's
right.
a lot
This is
of
a
people
crash,
that are
right?
going
Like,
Yeah, I didn't blink an eye. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
There's
This
going
ain't
to be a lot of
nothing new.
people that bring traditional market sentiments, especially the uneducated people who are buying stuff, where they will sell on a huge loss like that.
Is that
They're gonna be like, oh, I just bought into Bitcoin. This must have been the top. After all this, I just bought it, and then there's this crash. China tariffs is going to go down, and then they sell it, and then it goes back up the next day, and then they're like, fuck.
Yeah. Definitely plan on buying some more the next day or two if it doesn't go up again all of a sudden. But
just every time that the dip happens, I'd say look at who's buying the dip. They know what's going on.
Right.
I like my chips with the dip, baby.
Well, apparently it happened because Trump and China have been beefing.
Listen, brother, I don't like XRP. That's the Indian goat likes XRP. I'm just recognizing that what it's doing, where it's going to be used. Again, I don't think it should have been the choice. I just think that we're too late for the people who have picked it already.
I mean, I see. I mean, XRP has a utility, and I know that because if you've ever tried to move money from overseas, like it sucks. There's all this regulatory shit that happens in other countries, and like they're not like the U.S. or even Europe's not like the U.S. Like in the U.S., like if you want to move money, got a couple of regulators.
What's the symmetry breaker here with XRP and even Avalanche, Solana, Polygon? What's the symmetry breaker?
Solana is way better to build applications on than XRP, bro.
Right.
XRP,
right. It's not designed.
Back end technology sucks ass, bro. I remember the Zoom wallet from the very beginning, and the thing it's still clunky. Like the tech on XRP is still clunky as fuck. Solana is fucking tons of builders, hyper focused.
Yes,
all about the fucking easy user interface and immediate settlement and transaction and quick fucking just everything. Solana's got a lot.
Solana's better than Ethereum for all the.
Oh yeah.
But XRP, when it comes down to like, hey, I need to send money fast to somebody else anywhere in the world, XRP is fucking great. Like 3 seconds.
Faster than Solana.
Yeah, and there's no transaction fees. Like barely any transaction fees with
Same
XRP.
With Solana,
much rather use XRP.
It's like less than a penny, bro.
When Solana was going, there were some transaction fees, and it was slow for sure. It would take it definitely would take longer than 3 seconds.
Okay, so again, what about things like Polygon? What about things like there's so many different things?
Yeah, but the user experience is so
bullshit. So who uses no.
The problem with most crypto is the user experience sucks. All I know is that I can buy XRP and send it fast, and it's like I've never had a problem, and it's been practically instantaneous. I've never had to pay fees on that currency. So for transferring mass amounts of wealth around the world, I think it's legit, man. Although, now they're using Whirl USD, so I don't know if that's gonna uses the XRPL. Hopefully it burns some of the XRP, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe XRP's in the dumps. We'll find out. But I don't know. As if I have to send money to somebody in another place, if I could, I would just send XRP. It's like super simple, super easy, But I think all I'm saying is that you have different currencies for different reasons. And to say only, I don't know. For me, I'm like, I don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying?
And the innovators will win. If enough people stick around Bitcoin and help push it and keep the community and keep mining it and keep involved with Bitcoin, and more people keep staying involved, it'll keep doing what it's doing, going up. But if everybody stops mining Bitcoin, if everybody stops using Bitcoin, if people stop buying it, it's going to go down. And if there's a reason to not buy it anymore, if that happens, then just saying, it's going to go down really fast.
I don't know. I got a question for you guys related to this crypto flash crash. People out here saying Trump is scamming. They're saying Trump is purposely ginning up these tariff controversies with China so that the market crashes and all the homies can get in low, and then he turns around 24 hours later and says President Xi had a little mental slip. Now, I don't know exactly what he said. We need to find that tweet because he's pretty gangster. But I was like, I mean, I don't know. I can see that happening, but I don't know. I feel like they were going to throw those tariffs on 150% or something like that. So I mean, I don't think Trump's saying any. I mean, people knew about it. It was dropping before it was even confirmed what was going on. So I don't know if I buy that Trump's out here scamming people. I think maybe it's a nice, convenient moment for all the homies to hop in. Maybe he gave them, maybe some people who are in the White House told some other people because they're in the know. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it's just, again, I think it was happening. So how would it be a scam?
Right. I mean, did they take away I think they're not imposing it now. The tariffs.
And he's saying he had a lapse.
This is why I think I'm going to go on a complete tangent here. This is why I think those drones over Europe and all that, I don't think they're Chinese. I don't think they're of our adversaries. I feel like they're either ours or maybe Israel's, because if you're China and you got the superior technology and you be flexing these drones everywhere, you're not going to have a momentary lapse in reason, saying with these tariffs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's something that you would flex if you're a country that needs to remind people, hey, act right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just my feeling.
I definitely don't doubt China's drone tech. I've seen some of the videos of the crazy ass fucking drone shit that they do just on a commercial level, with big ass drone displays and shit in there. And they got the crazy ass radar or drone guns. Have you seen those? They could literally aim at a drone and pull the trigger and it just drops the drone out of the sky.
Right. Okay. Yeah. The electromagnetic thing or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a jammer.
Yeah. But I mean,
they're on top.
I mean, Andrew Rowe and all those guys are cranking, and Palantir. I mean, say you will about Palantir, and I mean, I just hope that if we're gonna be under a control grid, I just hope that Palantir, can at least help us defend against our adversaries. If we're gonna be forced into that, at least be able to shoot these electromagnetic lasers and shit. But I mean, I guess one question I have in general, and you guys tell me, because I know Fresh and what's his name, Torba brings it up a lot on Twitter, which is like, on the one hand, there's a whole group of people saying that China is actually way ahead of us, and the American media is just not talking about it. Okay. On the other hand, okay, I saw Rizbot, that was Chinese robot technology, but then I saw the latest Tesla bots, and these latest Tesla bots are pretty badass that I'm seeing. So I'm kind of like, what's the reality here? Are we behind? Is China kicking our ass, or is China just flexing?
America is behind.
The biggest thing, bro, is production, right? Like, China can in-house produce almost everything.
Right.
Everything. And then once they finally take Taiwan, then it's over.
I mean, that's why I think we got these World War III weapons. That's like the only thing that's keeping
policy
us.
is a thing, bro.
Yeah.
They want Taiwan.
Yeah, but we got drones that can materialize out of nothing.
Yeah, bro. Listen,
shoot a
you
space
don't,
laser
you don't want my opinion on what we should do with both Taiwan and Ukraine. So
let him go. What, we gonna let him go? We can just give him up to the enemy? Is that what you're saying?
Who's the enemy? You just call
Russia and China.
Oh,
they're the enemy. Listen,
what a Cold War mentality, bro.
America's number one.
Why
Russia,
do we gotta be
China? You're on notice. All right, you ain't gonna get this shit.
Why can't we just be like competitive, like adversaries, but not enemies? Why does it have to be enemies?
I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of influence.
From what I think,
in some way,
it's probably the opposite. Whatever they're saying our greatest ally is probably our greatest enemy, and whatever they're saying our greatest enemy is
probably be a better ally. We're
maybe
just a little bit of friendly competition. You know, everybody keeping everybody on their toes.
Guys, we're going too rough on Israel. I feel like lately. All right, I feel like we're just
whoa.
we always seem to
mentioned
talk
them?
about Israel.
Why did you mention them?
Who said Israel?
Yo,
Dang.
relax,
you guys are just
Ted
you're talking
Cruz.
about Qatar.
Relax, Ted Cruz. Chill out
you're
there, buddy.
Okay, all right. I thought we're talking about Qatar. I guess Saudi Arabia. I guess.
You're the one that said we weren't talking about Israel today. God damn it.
You know, there's somebody that we know. You know, and I was hanging out with him, a gentleman of Jewish persuasion. A few gentlemen of Jewish persuasion. Great guys. Had a lot of fun.
Of Jewish persuasion. I'm fucking.
That's so, I don't even know what that means.
I don't know either, but it's okay.
I don't know what the correct terminology is, but I'm just saying, great guys, good guys, very friendly. But in particular, one individual who I love dearly. We had a kind of a I don't think we'd actually really talked about all the recent stuff happening on Twitter and all that stuff. And he's a base like we are, you know. I don't know. We had a good conversation. I don't think it really changed my feeling on the influence that I feel like Israel has, and how I think that, you know, that I don't really like. I'll just be honest, because I want America to be America. I want Americans to, you know, run America.
What did it change for you? I
think what it changed for me is it helps me understand. I think there is a nefarious element, you know, but I also think that a lot of the people that want to see what's happening there, and not that I agree with it, but I'm just saying that there is an actual like history of things, of violence, and it made me realize like, okay, like there is a certain element of I can understand the average person who's like, we need to deal with this problem that is Hamas and all that. I can understand that. There is real ass violence going on over there. It's not all one-sided. You know what I'm saying? There is like, and now the question is like, who's justified, who's not justified? War is hell. You know, it's like you kill somebody goes to the United States and
you didn't think any violence was going on. There's absolutely violence on
no.
I don't think there's been a fucking time where there isn't violence going on over in the fucking Middle East.
On both sides. On both sides.
Yeah,
what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there
change, bro. You knew that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when I'm looking at Twitter sometimes, and for good reason, I understand it, because there is, you know, like an actual profound influence, and we'll get into the Trump stuff that he was talking about in Israel. But yeah, there's more of that influence at the higher levels in the United States. It is like I don't think I think that's objectively true. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there's definitely fucked up shit that has happened that I don't think is justified at all. That really is ugly. So I mean, I don't know. But my thing is just like, look, all right, then let's have it out. Like, no more of this. No more of this, like, you know, hearts and minds shit. All right. Y'all want to go to war. Y'all want to fuck shit up. Then more power to you. All right. But if you want us involved, the United States, then you got to be honest. You got to say, look, we going over there and we're doing this thing. Like you know, and if you're not going to support us, then we're just going to do it, you know, and just be honest about it. That's all I ask, is for honesty. And then let Americans in America decide if that's something we're cool with and that we want to participate in or not, you know? So
is that historically what happens, is voting on war?
No,
that's what I was like. Yeah, because that's happened before.
Okay, so then what the fuck are we?
Let me live in my dream world, please.
No,
right?
You're fucking delusional, bro. Like, listen, I don't think that anybody's justified in unaliving a whole society or race, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's but I don't think that any of the violence on either side was truly justified. And like, I don't care how far back you want to go. The further back you go, it's still unjustified. Whoever's perpetrating it, it's unjustified. Right. So like, at this point, it just should stop. And I guess like that's a good segue into what has transpired over the last couple of days, right? With this
war's
peace
over.
treaty. Yeah,
War's over,
supposedly.
man.
We'll
Middle,
see.
Middle East peace has been achieved.
Okay,
I
so
know,
now
but
let me
you
ask
can't say
you a
war is
question.
over, but then say if they don't disarm themselves, we'll disarm them. That's a pretty warlike statement. Like, what does that mean? What are you gonna do? Drop bombs?
Right.
Did you see the hostages be exchanged?
So were
No,
they okay? So just to I have it here. So apparently there is a peace that's been negotiated. All right, here's what it says: President Trump visited Israel amid a U.S. brokered ceasefire with Hamas, where the remaining 20 living hostages have been released finally. Okay.
How many hostages were there?
Were there any? I didn't think there were any. Right.
There were 2,000.
2,000.
So Israel had 2,000 and Hamas had 20. Okay, but just wait. So when Israel got their people back, they weren't emaciated, they weren't sick, they weren't whatever. They were nice, they were still fed, they were still healthy, they were still everything. Bro, the people that they got back in Palestine came like they had to be carried out of the truck. They were so emaciated and sick, and like it's crazy. One of these things is not like the other. Listen, I'm not supporting either side because I think that any of this type of political or religious violence is abhorrent.
Sure.
I'm just saying, though, in the paradigm, one of these things is not like the other.
The thing that absolutely just like doesn't make any sense to me is the level of technology that we currently have, including Israel, who's probably got apparently the most technologically advanced weapon in the world that they shared with the United States, according to Benjamin Netanyahu.
Sorry,
it's a fact.
Sorry,
spitting right there.
How is it that we can't find the people, track them down? How are they communicating? They're using cell phones. Are they using any kind of digital technology at all? We don't use scans. We don't know where they're at.
I mean, they put pagers in they seeded pagers in the entire population of whatever fucking.
Do you think they don't know where they are, DZ? Like, honest question, you think that they don't know where these people are?
Apparently not.
Do you think they have a Black Ops program similar to the United States?
Probably way more advanced.
Okay, so do you or do you not think that they know where all of them are? And do you not think that they could all take them all out like this, boom, if they wanted to? It's clearly dragged out on purpose. Like,
I hate that.
Everything that's happening is on purpose.
As an American, if my money's going towards the quick solution to the problem, then I'm all for it. I don't care what happens. All right. If you can 100% know what's going to happen and take out the problem and minimize casualty, then fucking do it.
Right.
But sending thousands and thousands and thousands of troops and having a long drawn out gunfight with like explosives and fucking tanks and airplanes and bombs, and why do we got to do all that? We should be able just to find the fucking people, hunt them down, and that's it. Why is it got to be drawn out?
It's not movies and video games, brother. They know where they are. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
This is not like the 1930s where we're gonna have rows and rows of guys battling each other. Like, this is modern warfare. Those guys can go in, get them, and get out and never be seen. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Why is that not happening? That's out of
because
control.
They don't want it to happen. This is plain and simple. And this has been my problem with it from the jump. Listen, I don't like war. I don't like the unjustified killing. I don't like any of this stuff, right? But I get that I don't understand what it is to rule a country. So maybe lives have to be taken at some point. But there's no way you can justify it to me fighting this large-scale battle when you could have taken care of it in a week.
Right. And
like, I mean, the level of intelligence
it's a perpetuating thing, right? Because the more innocent people you kill, the more violent people you make.
You create,
so
yes.
when you kill
Sure.
one innocent person, now you have 10 more violent people that you have to fight against because of your cause.
I argue that this is what Plato was talking about when he was talking about dramatic theater, man. It's playing out on our TV screens, and they're making it like the dramatic theater where these people are not even people. And you have to care about this stuff, so you don't care about real life. Like, and what I mean by real life is like the actual life that you touch every day. You're disconnected from it because you're thinking about what's going on over there, and they're keeping you like distracted from your actual day to day.
Right.
Not me. I'm not thinking about none of them.
No, but in general,
I
said I ain't got one insurgent friend.
Deezy's right. I mean, that's part of the problem. We're not thinking about any of this shit until now because it's become like, you know, I mean, I'm shocked that we haven't had more blowback in the United States. But I mean, I don't know. You're right, Fresh. Like, this is the argument that they want genocide and they want to just, you know, the Greater Israel Project. They want to just get Gaza destroyed, take it over, make it Israel. And I'm like, listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of those guys that's like, hey, you know, back in the day, America, whatever, people came here, you got to kill some natives, you got to take over some shit. I mean, it's not right, and I'm not saying it's justified, but hey, to the you know, to the victor to the spoils.
Of men is not clean. I think that we're all aware of that, but I think that the overall goal should be to do it better than the previous generations moving forward. And that's the problem. Is
listen, they just don't want no Arabs in that area. All right, they wanted all Jews, and I'm gonna just say, hey, that's your area. Y'all out there, y'all dealing with whatever. Okay, we're over here. Okay, so you do your thing. You know, Jeffersonian foreign policy. You know, friends with all nations, entangling alliances with none. We just want to stay out of it. And y'all do your thing. Okay, like there's some crazy shit happening there's crazy shit happening in Africa. You know,
is that libertarian though, to minimize harm? Is that actually like, would that fall within your framework of values? Because you're not minimizing harm by advocating for let them kill whoever the fuck they want.
It would be minimizing harm to us Americans because we'd be fucking out here not spending all this money over there. We wouldn't be making all these enemies over there. We would be much richer because we wouldn't be, you know, whatever. And I'm saying, like, I mean, look, if you're a country and you believe in your country and you want your country to be great, like, I want America to be, you know, free, and I don't want to be entangled in all this shit. I don't want to be anywhere in the world. I want us to focus on us and take all that money back and use it on our people who need help because they already fucked over us with all this, like, you know, Federal Reserve bullshit. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I mean, unless there's, you know, I mean, one of the risks you could say is maybe Israel become like, you know, kind of Nick Fuentes has been talking about this, that Israel wants to be the new empire. They want to rule the world.
They definitely do. They definitely,
but they are. I mean, they kind of already are. I mean,
well, there you go. Just to speak on what JLo was saying. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Like, the internet is a huge problem because I think that we're generally a tribal people. And so you can care about like the 50 people in your community, but when you have to see millions and millions of people's problems every day, it's not like, that's not conducive to good mental health for the normal person. Like, you have to be pretty mentally stable and mentally strong to be able to watch this stuff and still not have it affect you on a deep way where you can't, like,
act like a human.
Yeah. Because that's what you see, right, in society. Is like there's a large group of the population that, because there are so many problems and they have to watch them all the time, they kind of like, they dehumanize the people in there every day.
Yeah. But it's so fun to watch memes about super heavy women hanging off of dudes in the gym on Sora.
Pick it, bro. Turn all the stuff off and pick this up, brother. Go get right with God.
I'd be doom scrolling. Man. You're right. I'd be doom scrolling a little too much. Not be
Do
productive.
some doom reading, man.
Revelations.
What you gotta do,
Revelations.
what you gotta do, bro, is you go on Instagram, right? Search all the Bible talk, all the people who speak about the Bible, like out in public places, and watch a bunch of those videos and like a couple, and then you change your algorithm.
Start
You change
reading,
it.
brother. Start
Big
reading.
booty
Get right
goth
with God.
dudes. No more
Man,
big
who
booty
reads
goth
anymore?
dudes.
I gotta read. Oh my goodness! I thought the internet was designed so you don't have to read none.
Get right with God.
All right, maybe we gotta do a little reading
Turn it all off.
now and again.
Turn it all off.
Well, you're
Going
telling
back
our,
to
you're telling them to turn it off, and they just leave our show and go.
right. We're on the internet.
Okay, but like you should
Stop reading. Watch the Goat Show.
no, unless you are now what you're this is the synagogue of ZiLLY.
Bro, I want to be doom scrolled. Okay.
Yeah,
We
that's
need to be
okay.
doom
But
scrolled.
one day of the week and 1 hour out of the day you could dedicate to God, brother.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Just saying.
Just
saying, bro.
I do want to go back to, because maybe I offended some people with this idea of the United States being controlled by Israel. But I mean, Deezy, can we play the clip of Trump in Israel after he brokered this peace? And let's hear it straight from the mouth of the President of the United States.
Broken promises from many other American presidents. You know that they kept promising. I never understood it until I got there. There was a lot of pressure put on these presidents. It was put on me too, but I didn't yield to the pressure. But every president for decades said, we're going to do it. The difference is I kept my promise and officially recognized the capital of Israel and moved the American embassy to Jerusalem. Isn't that right, Miriam? Look at Miriam. She's back there. Stand up, Miriam. Stand up. Miriam and Sheldon would come into the office. They'd call me. He'd call me. I think they had more trips to the White House than anybody else I could think of. Look at her sitting there so innocently. She's got 60 billion in the bank, 60 billion. And I think she's saying no more. And she loves Israel, but she loves it, and they would come in, and her husband was a very aggressive man, but I loved him. He was a very aggressive, very supportive of me. And he'd call up, can I come over and see you? I say, Sheldon, I'm the president of the United States. It doesn't work that way. He'd come in and would do. But they were very responsible for so much, including getting me thinking about Golan Heights, which is probably one of the greatest things to ever happen to Israel.
Scotty, chill.
Miriam, stand up, please. She really is. I mean, she loves this country. She loves this country. Her and her husband are so incredible. We miss him so dearly. But I actually asked her, I'm going to get her in trouble with this, but I actually asked her once, I said, so Miriam, I know you love Israel. What do you love more, the United States or Israel? She refused to answer. That might mean Israel. I must say.
Yo.
We love you.
Pause the tape.
Yo.
What did he
What
say?
the fuck?
What was he saying?
The cap.
What was he saying?
The cap.
First of all, you got an American. I mean, okay, I can understand. I can understand if there was an Israeli flag and an American flag. Our two nations we're united in bringing peace to the region. Okay, I'll give you that. It's just only Israeli flag. Like nobody thought, like, hey, maybe put an American flag behind there since this is an American president, or is it?
Brother,
I mean, I'm just like, what are we doing?
That's not an American president, clearly.
It's crazy.
Wear your little hat. Wear your little hat, man.
And, I mean, there's another video
Bro,
of him talking about Jared Kushner.
I found a video of Miriam Adelsen standing up when he asked her to stand
Oh
up.
shit!
Bro.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Wait. Before.
Oh man.
Wait. before we continue.
Okay.
If, like, historically, if Israel comes to the White House, do they put up an Israeli flag?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, then there should have been an American flag. It is that.
Yeah.
deep.
They put up an American flag and an Israeli flag every time. I mean, they do that for a lot of countries. Like if you visit the United States, they'll be like, okay, we'll put up the flag of the country that's visiting. We'll put up the American flag. And it's just a sign of, cooperation, whatever. But only an Israeli flag. I mean, to me, it's just, even if it's like, I don't know. I just would like to think that an American president would be like, no, we're going to put an American flag up here too. We just gave you $500 billion and I'm over here negotiating this peace deal and I'm doing all this shit. And you fucked up this Iran thing, Netanyahu, when we were trying to negotiate that. And I made that right, according to Trump's statement. It's like, I know. I mean, I don't know. And that's where I'm like, okay, when people on Twitter are like, look, the United States is owned by Israel. It's like, I don't know. It's like, isn't that a little weird? It's not weird at all. Like, what if Trump went to Iraq?
No, listen. If
Trump went to Iraq and they only had an Iraqi
actually,
flag on the?
Wait, no, I have a better question. I have a better question. Do Israel normally put up the flag of the other country?
Probably not.
Then it's not weird and it's not that big of a deal.
I mean, the country that gave you 500 billies.
I have a hypothetical
regularly
question for you. You're out with your friend, right? And he gets into a fight. And he starts losing the fight. And he says, if you don't help me, I'm going to kill you later. Are you going to help him or are you going to leave?
I mean,
listen, I'm going to help him not because he said that, right? But like, I might, depending on the situation, like if I think he's generally not going to die, I might let him take a lumping for saying that, bro. Because then I'll be like, now we got to fight too, right? But generally, I'm helping my buddy before he asks me that. That's crazy. I'm not going to be like letting him get to a situation where he's like, oh, help.
Okay.
I see you. I'm swinging.
Apply the dynamics here. What
if my own flesh and blood brother came to me and was like, if you don't help me on this, I'm going to kill you. I'd be like, don't you ever fucking talk to me that way. Especially if I'm like, I gave you all this shit to go make nice with that person that you are now like fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Maybe that's why Indians don't succeed.
Listen,
we don't hang together, man. We don't. What could I say? We don't hang together. Maybe. You know what? Maybe I need to learn a lesson from this. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why Indians don't succeed. I mean, we succeed. We're doing pretty well, but I'm just saying, like
we're technically.
I will shit an Indian in the back.
If we're boys, right? Like let's apply the scenario, right?
Okay.
I'll be Israel, you be US. Okay. So you are out with me. Somebody, doesn't matter what, has beef with you. Doesn't matter the reason. Not only am I not waiting? I'm swinging first. I'm not even waiting for you to swing. I'm swinging first. I'm like, hell no. I'm not waiting for Ravine, Mr. USA, to get clocked in the jaw first. I'm swinging first.
Well, okay. It's one thing, like, if we're out and about and whatever, somebody just comes up on you and starts swinging on you, I'll be like, no, what the fuck? All right. It's another thing, though, if I'm like, if I was like, this is a better analogy, maybe. What's a better analogy?
No, you just don't want to admit that you're supposed to help your friend. And then later I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck, USA? What kind of shit were you stepping in, bro? Why
Something about this
didn't
does
he do
not feel
that
like
for
it's
you,
a
man?
good analogy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being irrational.
What do you
I don't
mean?
know.
I'm not saying that is
Here's
what
the
played
okay.
out in real life, because
here's
you would
the
have to flip. You would have to flip the countries.
That's
You
not
would
the
have
scenario.
to be Israel. I'd have
Okay,
to be USA.
okay.
For it to
That's
be the
not the
scenario.
scenario. That's not
I'm
the
glad
scenario.
I'm glad my little metaphorical scenario has
Hold on.
gotten so much.
That is not this scenario. Let me give you a better analogy for what this is, specifically the flag thing. Okay. You come up to me, you go, hey, ZiLLY, like, I need like a, I don't know how much money. I need a nice chunk of change. All right. Money that I would give to my own family. I need that from you because I need to be able to defend, my home from these neighbors who are shitty. Okay.
Right.
And I want to put a security system in and all this stuff. And I want to, okay.
And then I developed some really dope weapons and like
Yeah, you use that money or whatever, and you're feeding your family. Okay, my family's not being fed.
Okay,
I'm taking that money and giving it to you.
Okay,
I come to your this is why it makes me so angry, because I'm a fucking Indian. All right, Indians be all right. If you're Indian and a guest comes to your home and you're an OG like traditional Indian, I'm like, Sunita. I'm not even telling Sunita. Sunita's fucking going and getting the tea ready. All right. Sunita be out here getting the fucking, making sure the house is like, oh shit, they're coming. She running around trying to get the house clean. All right. And then when you come over, Sunita got a gift for you of some kind. She got the good ass UK cookies. All right. The sugar cookies out for you to dip in the masala tea with the good milk. All right. When you're in our home, if you're a guest, and especially if you're a guest who's like helped us a bunch and done some shit for us and made us wealthy or whatever. That's how we Indians roll, man. That's part of our culture. Okay. I roll up in your place and I give you all this money and you're safe and your family's fed well. And I roll up and you don't even have the courtesy to like put up some token of appreciation, to present some token of appreciation for all of the help. And I mean, what that means is that, no, you're saying I'm your bitch. You own me. That I'm like, I'm obligated to do this. It's crazy, man. This is crazy. The Indian in me is like, like it's like, no.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
I'm just being real, man. It's just basic manners or whatever. Like, you have a guest in your, I mean, okay, maybe there's an American flag on that stage, so maybe I got to confirm that. Maybe there was.
I've been trying to find a video of like zoomed out version of the video,
a different version. That maybe there is an American flag. I'm just saying, from that video, even if there is, and that camera is on Trump, and it's only, dude, you got to shift that camera over. Like, this is, the whole world is seeing this. You got to shift that angle. Whoever that camera guy is.
No, listen. I'm going to say something to you right now.
Okay.
You are the one who brought the video to us of Trump moving the table, moving the napkin, moving the cup. Blah, blah, blah. If there's a flag there and it's not in the shot, Trump knew and he made it that way. So you know damn right.
And then what does that say?
On purpose.
What does that say?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of Israel is what that says.
I mean, you got Huckabee Did you guys see this? You got Mike Huckabee in Israel. Okay, he's the ambassador to Israel. A man after my own heart, slapping the bass. You know what I'm saying? He doing the bass thing. That's his fun. That's his thing. All these years, he's been playing the bass.
Okay.
They did a rendition of "Sweet Home Alabama," but they didn't do it. It's not Alabama. It's some place in Israel. They changed the lyrics of that song.
So what?
That's blasphemous. Alabama, you know what I'm talking about. That shit's blasphemous, man.
Listen,
That's an American song from one of the most American ass states.
My lord is from there, bro. Alabama is some Christian stew, man.
Why is the ambassador to Israel out here thumping on a bass, changing lyrics to an American song to talk about Israel and how much? And I don't know. It's just insane. What do the Israelis have on our politicians that they feel the need to do this?
What if it's nothing and they just
definitely not Jeffrey Epstein tapes or anything?
Still ain't got the Epstein tapes.
No, but seriously though,
still got no arrest.
What if it's actually nothing and they just like them and want to support them?
I mean, we've talked about it before, but this is the test. Okay. If tomorrow India and in the United States got in a war, we got in a tiff, and we're going to go to war with each other, I'm out here killing Jeters. All right? I am. Yeah. I'm not fighting for India. Are you fucking? I mean, not you, but in general, no fucking way. I'm not fighting for. I don't care if they're brown. That's the difference. As an American, you believe in the Constitution. You believe in the Bill of Rights, the constitutional values, freedom of speech, freedom of free assembly, all that shit. Right to bear arms, all that shit. That's what you believe in. That's what you're loyal to. That's what it means to be an American. To me, like loyalty to the Constitution and its principles. Okay, not the country.
Bro, if we go to
not war the flag or whatever. No, it's the fucking Constitution. And I'm fighting. And if we're in a war with India, I'm fighting for that. That's what I'm fighting for. And
Gap-tooth Brits out, bro. All right, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
British.
Huh?
I just betted all the Indians who might
listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you something.
I don't mean
I'm taking anybody out that comes to Canada. I don't care what race, religion, group you are. If you're coming here to cause death, I am taking you out. I agree with that.
You're fighting for Canada.
Yeah,
first state.
Yeah.
But like,
if Portugal and Canada,
actually, no, wait.
Okay.
How about this? The only place in the world that I wouldn't automatically fight it would be the States.
Oh, bro, then you need to move to the United States.
Not that I'm saying like I would lay down arms, but I don't think that we should fight in general. Like, I don't think that if you guys came to invade, we should let you invade. Like, we should just be like, yeah, it's fine, take it. It's okay.
Dude, you're an American, man. I'm sorry. That if I live in Canada and America invades Canada and I consider myself a Canadian, I'm killing Americans.
Yeah, but like, I mean, Canada's not what it used to be. Like, I wouldn't have said that 10 years ago. But Canada's not the same anymore. So like, what am I fighting for?
Sure, you're fighting for American values.
I'm
so
not,
you would
I
want
wouldn't,
to
yeah,
fight
exactly.
with the American side.
This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't agree with the current values in my country. So like, I love the land, the views, you know what I mean? But I don't agree with the worldview or policies.
Sure. I mean, well, that's a little different because it's not that you're fighting America. It's that Canada, you're fighting enemies of Canada in Canada. You're fighting an insurrection in Canada by people who are communists or whatever. Like that, I understand. Yeah. Like if
bro, we would be more like, understand this. In my opinion, if the U.S. were to invade and we were to lay down our arms and allow them to invade, we would be more of the Canada I loved than we were before that happened.
Sure. I would argue in that scenario, you are fighting for Canada, though. Like, you're not saying we're going to do away with whatever and make Canada America. You're saying we need help. Like, we have an insurrection or whatever. It would
be fine if we became part of America. Like, I wouldn't even be against it at this point. I think that logistically it wouldn't just be one state, but I think that I don't think that I have a problem with it because, again, because of the values, right? So
right.
I don't care. It's
Right.
not like who your master is at this point. It's irrelevant because, again, like the way the world works where I live is, in my opinion, unsustainable.
Sure. I guess the point I'm trying to make, I mean, and I think you understand it. It's just the point I'm trying to make is like, I do think that there are people in the United States who live here who, like, if push came to shove and they had to pick a side between, and I'm not just saying Israel, like, you know, or Jewish people. I'm saying, like, I think there are Muslims that will pick the side of a Muslim country over the United States because they're Muslim, you know, or
I agree with that.
you know, I mean, I guess Christianity is Christianity. It is a Western religion, I guess. But
Well,
I mean, if Greece and the United States got in a war,
okay, so I'm not picking.
Christians aren't picking Greece. The Greek Orthodox Christians aren't picking.
I'm not picking Greece. However, okay, I'm gonna make this clear. I'm not picking Greece. However, if like the Patriarch of Constantinople said, "Holy war," I'm fighting with the Patriarch of Constantinople. I don't care.
You fight for him.
Yes.
Against the what if it's
I don't give a fuck.
Irrational and it's against the constitutional values of the United States?
Really? Don't care.
I don't know, man.
That's God. That's God. That's from God. The counts ecumenically, they agreed that we need to fight for something. I'm going. I don't give a fuck who it is.
Even if it's anti-constitutional.
I don't give a fuck about the Constitution. In my opinion, the part of the problem with America actually is the Constitution. I think that applied, sometimes it's fine, but it was also either powerless to stop where we've got to or designed to allow it to get here. Right? Like, there's a lot of erosion.
I'll agree with that on some level. I mean, look, I'm an objectivist. So
more
we don't feel like it
perverted
went far enough,
time,
but you know,
it was more perverted over time. It's not like every law. It's not like we're only living our lives based on the law of the Constitution.
Right.
We got fucking traffic laws. We got fucking all this other tax laws. We got all these other bullshit that didn't even exist at the time when we were creating rights for people to live by. And now it's just been perverted by government over the course.
I would say maybe the Bill of Rights is more what I'm talking about. Just the core, the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. You know, the idea that the individual is an individual and you have a right to your life, and that people don't have a right to take your life. You know, you're not part of a Borg. You're not part of you're not part of a group. You are an individual with individual liberty. Like that to me, I don't know. Maybe a lot of Americans don't believe in that anymore, but like that to me is fundamental to what makes the United States special. Like there's no other country that has a Declaration of Independence that says like, you know, we hold these right, whatever, to be self-evident, like self-evident rights in your existence, there still isn't any country in the world that really holds that as a value. The more I think about it, like,
but what
every
Fresh
country is like,
what Fresh is kind of getting at is like, we don't really even get to use our rights anymore. A lot of our rights are shut off, shut down, changed, perverted, put through a license, put through another step of government interference. You don't just get to live.
Right.
They found a way to legislate your rights to the point of like perversion beyond recognition, right? Because you have these rights based on this random framework. So I agree that like the forefathers of your country definitely agreed that they were inherent.
Right.
Your current people who sit in office and sit in places of power, they think that they are the arbiter of rights.
Yes.
And this is the problem, right? Is like that the Constitution was powerless to stop that from happening because absolute power corrupts absolutely. And anything written down on paper just generally doesn't matter if they don't follow the paper.
Right. That's true. I wouldn't disagree with anything you guys are saying. I'm just saying that, I don't know. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I mean, there are a lot of people in this country that do not believe that the Bill of Rights is worth defending. They don't think it's real. But then it's like, well, then what are we
in positions of power? And they're like, we should take away people's guns and we should like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like actively fighting the Constitution.
Yeah.
but in positions of power. Like, to me, that's scary, right? Because that would say that to them, the Constitution doesn't matter. And push comes to shove, if it's their voice that matters, they will not uphold it.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
And then
so then
and
how
then
could
it
they
gets,
be in a position of power? That to
and
me
but
is
would we
automatically
call
your
those
script.
people? Would we call those people Americans? I mean, I guess yes, as a national boundary,
As a
whatever.
nationality,
Sure.
yes.
But
as do they hold what you would call American values? Absolutely not.
right.
I mean, I'm in Canada, right? And they're in, but I mean, I guess, I don't know, maybe.
We'll see.
it happens. It happens in other
Give it a
countries.
couple of years, man. Let's see. Let's see where we
Yeah,
land.
we'll see
No,
how
you-
long.
we
Let's see when Palantir, when Palantir shows up in my door, the Palantir police.
We might get Charlie Kirked. Be careful, bro.
Yo, watch out, bro. Don't even say that.
No. Well, I'm not
Look,
going
what
on public
I-
anytime soon.
What I will say though is, like, again, I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of great things about the countries that we live in. We are just pointing out the flaws, right? We're pointing out the flaws in the system. We're pointing out ways things could possibly be better and how we could achieve that. And I don't know. I don't think that.
I'm not saying it's not, man. Jay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. No,
Again, like, this is why I'm even saying that, like, push come to shove, I think that we would be better off to become American. I think that the American values currently, as they stand, are more Canadian than the current Canadian values. Like, they align more with the Canada I grew up in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. We're only having this. I guess it's not even a heated debate. It's not even just a discussion. We're only having this because just in my opinion, we're seeing a decline. Like, if you were to ask people, are you better off now than you were in the 90s? Although some of that's weird because we have better technology and stuff, and it has made our lives more convenient or whatever. But when the average person is 38 years old before they can even think about buying a home, it's like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a country that's richer than it was before. Logically, it should be that buying a home should cost nothing. If technology is supposed to
so
advance.
like you would think exactly. So this is what I think the problem has been, right? Is classically we seek convenience rather than, like, objectively making our society better. Right? So, like, it's like, say for example, what JLo just pointed out is, like, you can press a 3 buttons and someone shows up with food at their door, right? Like, that's convenience. Okay, cool. Like, you're getting your food, whatever. But, like, is that actually better for society? Or should we be figuring out, like, what you're saying, how to house everybody with it not like, where it doesn't really cost anything? Like, how much would it actually cost to just make it so everybody has a spot and they don't have
Bro,
to pay?
do you know how many billions and billions of dollars have gone to homelessness? There are more homeless
but that's
people
the
than
problem,
there-
is it's not going
Exactly,
to
that's my point. And we got people who are in the middle of all of the things that we're trying to actually actively solve, and the people that are there are siphoning away all the energy from any of the solutions actually being solved. For most of the nonprofits, for anything that people actually do want to make a change on, there's somebody in the middle fucking it up. Taking money, not actually getting the money where it's supposed to go. There's a fly in here. He's harassing me.
Are you sure it's a fly?
Yeah.
No,
Not really, no.
Spy bugs.
it's a drone.
It's
But yeah, again, I would say that there are, like, on the micro, maybe we're better. Maybe. I don't know if people are generally happier. I'd probably say no. But I would say on the macro, the world is generally not better. Probably exactly the fucking same. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like now our what you would say, like, happiness metric is more spread out, where, like, less people are happy here, probably per capita, but, like, across the world, it's probably, like, just evened out. So whereas, like, we're the same as we've always been.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to. I'm sure there's happy indexes and stuff. I don't know. I guess. Yeah, just it's just I don't know. We're kind of going all over the place here, but I just feel like I don't know. I don't like the idea of like you're loyal to something above the Constitution. I don't, or the Bill of Rights. I mean, I don't know. If you're in America, like that's that. What then? What is America other than a people, right?
Well, I mean, again, for me, there's nothing above rights because I believe that like that piece of paper holds no value in where I get my rights from, just like that piece of paper believes.
Well, it
That piece of
states that
paper
they're
believes that
God-given
those are
rights.
God-given rights.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
so I believe that, and again, I'm not even trying to make a claim for which God that is. I just think that like a God that is omnipotent and all the omni properties has given us the rules, right? And given us our rights. And so like generally my view aligns with that. Like it doesn't,
Right.
I don't need that piece of paper. You know what I mean?
Right.
The problem is that again, it's where does that piece of paper start or end? It doesn't. That's in my opinion, that's not just for people that are inside the United States. Everybody should be afforded that because those are given by God, just as that paper states.
Right. And that I can agree with. There are places in the world where people don't actually get to live a life free. But freedom isn't free. And a lot of Americans died for the thing that we live for today. So,
and so again, I think that for me, this is why I said like if the Patriarch of Constantinople called that type of a war, I would fight that because generally I would say that the moral values that and where I believe they come from would be fighting for that piece of paper and more. Right?
Sure. It would be
You know what I
morally
mean?
aligned
So
on some level.
yeah, so it would be morally aligned.
Right. But for, I mean, if, and again, not passing judgment on anybody, like there's people that believe in the Constitution and follow it, and they have all different kinds of thoughts and beliefs in God or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, if somebody believes that that they can take a life and that they're morally justified because of God, as opposed to, what it states ideally in the Constitution, which is that you are an individual and you have the right to your life. Like, I don't know. That bothers me. I'm like, no.
Well, there generally
you don't have a right to take that life.
There generally isn't a moral right for you to be able to take a life. Like that's never okay. Right?
A lot of people think, depending on the circumstances. I mean, that's a lot of this Israel thing, and the Middle East and all that. Like,
of course, that there is like where like there's
radical
self-defense and stuff like that, right? I think that's likely the only time that it's okay is like in self-defense.
Sure.
But otherwise, what's?
I mean, you got people out
there
there shooting Charlie Kirk in the neck, thinking that he's a villain. Just because he opened his mouth and was just talking about stuff and having a like respectful dialogue. It's crazy.
Life is backed by the threat of violence, though. Now,
right.
It used to be by actual violence, but now it's by strong men who threaten violence if you don't do what they say. Right?
Sure.
But
that's what's built society is the threat of violence. So
yeah,
you do your thing, I do my thing. We don't kill each other. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, technically, it's good conversation under the threat of violence. Right? Is what leads to a better society. Because there has to be a power dynamic. There has to be some sort of like. It's just how men are wired.
Yeah, there has to be force. If it's to be used, should be used to defend rights. That's the acceptable use of force, but not preemptively. Like I don't know. I mean, there's nuances to that discussion, but
do happy humans lead to a better society? So the last thing I think we'll touch on. Do happy humans lead to a better society generally? So
define what you mean by happy.
Right. Well, because here's the thing, right? Is it better in totality or better for a generation? Because, you know, the saying like, soft men, hard times, strong men, good times.
Time,
Good
time.
times,
It's
soft
always
men.
cyclical. I don't
Yeah.
think we'll ever get away from that.
Right.
But
So I
what
wonder.
J Lo said is like he's speaking for the World Economic Forum. So
it depends what you mean by happy. If people are happy, generally, if they're happy, they're going to want to defend that happiness. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, maybe not actually. I guess I see what you're saying, Fresh, but
I feel like people are generally happy when they can fulfill whatever it is that they feel they're meant for. I feel like that's what true happiness is. So whether
money is literally proof of work, bro, or what it's supposed to be is proof of work.
If you by happiness in love, through love, right? You love things, then you're going to defend things you love. You're going to do it automatically. You know, if I am married, like, and somebody attacks something that I love, like, I'm going to fight and defend it, right? I mean, and I'm thinking about, okay, how do I maintain this? You know, how do I keep the people that I love safe? How do I keep them secure? You know, your children. So I don't know. I'm not convinced that like happiness. I think what you're talking about, Fresh, with that statement. Sometimes I think it's kind of confusing happiness with hedonism. You know, it's like hedonistic. I think maybe that can be what we can flip out here is like hedonistic men create hard times. You know, and I don't think hedonism isn't necessarily a happy thing. I think hedonism you can be hedonistic and be nihilistic at the same time, you know?
True. And you probably are.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are hedonistic eventually, like they either self-destruct or you know, they seek out actual real happiness because they know that what they're doing is empty or not really, you know, something that fulfills them. So yeah, I don't know. And I also think that you don't have to have I don't know. I just need to be free, man.
Humans started with rocks, then services, then gold, and now paper. Bro, it's even funnier. Now we're back at rocks because it's in a computer which runs off of, like, you know, metals and shit.
That's funny. Yeah, shit. All right, I want to give two before we get out of here. Just two quick. We're going to talk about a bunch, but I just want to give two quick shout outs to two goats. One of the silver screen, one of the R&B music world, just music world in general. Diane Keaton and Mr. D'Angelo.
Memory eternal.
Memory eternal. Diane Keaton. I don't. You guys tell me, but I really remember her from The Godfather. That's really my. When I think of Diane Keaton, I think of her in The Godfather. But you know, she's like famous, you know, great actress, and you know, R.I.P.
I don't even know if you guys off top what I'd even think of her in outside The Godfather either. Yeah, like just off top.
Father of the Bride, was she in that?
I don't know. I gotta look it up.
We should probably look. But that's what I remember her most from. And D'Angelo, man, I know some of my friends who are really big in R&B and stuff, or just music in general, are really broken up about that one. He's only 51, so that's kind of, I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah, that's sad, bro.
What did he die from? Cancer, or I don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
He died from getting too much ass. How many babies were made to D'Angelo? My goodness. I'm just
that's what he did, bro. That was the sacrifice he made, man. He gave away his life force so the babies could be made. God bless him, man.
Damn. That's poetic. R.I.P. D'Angelo.
Rest in paradise, man.
And with that, people out there, hope you enjoyed the show today. This Tuesday night live stream. Go out there, be goats. And that's about it.